Dear student, today I will give you a little bit of introduction regarding the general characteristics of algae. In case of algae, we have a specific definition. Definition includes those things which will show its inborn characteristics feature. Now, in definition, we will mention it that this is a autotrophic undifferentiated body halophytes. This is a autotrophic means capable of producing their own food, but their body is undifferentiated. Even the body parts, no stem, root, leaves are present, and it shows no cellular differentiation like simple tissue, complex tissue, and their sex organ is unicellular. And if multicellular, all the cells are fertile. Generally, this feature is uncommon in other. So, in definition, algae is a thallophyte, which thallophyte include two groups. One is algae, another is fungi. The algae is capable of manufacturing their own food, so we describe them as autotroph. On the contrary, the fungi is unable to produce their own food. Either they live by decaying the organic matter, that is, we told them as a saprophyte, or they live as a parasite. In algae and fungi, both are included in thallophyte because they have no body organization, and moreover they have no cell differentiation, and their sex organ are unicellular, and if multicellular, then every cell is fertile. Okay, now the into the next point, habitat. The habitat include where they are living. Generally, algae prefers water. Some also grow on wet soil or on snow. Okay, but they grow whenever they grow, they either grow as a free floating form, that is planktonic form, or they grow as a attached form either to the other plants or to the rock or to the animal body parts. Then it is named as benthing. So the inhabited, we got two types: purely aquatic and terrestrial. If terrestrial, then they prefer wet soil. In aquatic system means in a pond, you imagine they are in a swimming form. They are in a swimming condition. Then we are termed this as a planktonic. And whenever, imagine in a pond, they are attached to the rock or to any stones or to any other plant, then it is termed as a benthic. Okay. And even they have the tendency to make them alive whenever severe desiccation takes place, means during the summer times whenever the water become dry, then they have the capability to secrete a thick wall around their body, and they have sustained in that high temperature desiccated condition. Okay, so we have this described now definition and habitat. Now in the vegetative body, previously I told you during the definition, the vegetative body having no definite plan, as because they don't have the root, stem, leaf. They are attached to the, in venting case, they are attached to any substratum by means of rhizoid, unicellular rhizoid, and their non-attached portion are involved in photosynthesis, and their body having no definite pattern, so they are termed as halophytes. Now, in reproduction actually bo- brought about by the sex organ, and sex organ are unicellular. And after the sex organ produces the sex gamete, the two gamete may be of same type in shape, size, structure, function. Then it is named as isogamy. If one gamete is comparatively smaller and another is comparatively bigger in size, and one, the smaller one is active and the larger one is less active, then it is termed as anisogamy. Anisogamy, the shape is similar, but structure is similar, but the shape and size is different of the male and female gamete. Now, in oogamy, the female gamete is motionless and comparatively bigger size in structure, and the male gamete is smaller size. So, in algae, we get three different type of reproduction: isogamy, anisogamy, in and oogamy. And after that, the sex organ is not covered by any structure. So, their naked, their reproductive structure is naked. Now, in case of embryo, now we have already know that after the formation of after the sexuality between male and female gamete, there must be the formation of a zygote, and the zygote will later divide and redivide to form embryo, and embryo to total or plant will develop. But in case of algae, mind it, in case of algae, after the zygote formation, there will be a no formation of embryo. Directly from zygote, the entire plant will be produced. Now, up to that, we have discussed varieties of characteristics which are included in definition, habitat, reproduction, vegetative body, and embryo development. Mind it, embryo is not developed in case of algae. Embryo is not developed in case of fungi. This is a very important point. The sex organ is not jacketed in case of algae. In case of algae, the sex organ is unicellular, and if multicellular, then every cell is fertile one, means capable of producing gamete. And in reproduction, we get isogamy, means male and female both are in shape, size, structure, function. Equality is there. Male and female gamete having equality in shape, size, structure, function. But whenever the male gamete and female gamete differ in size, function, structure, and activity, one is smaller, another is bigger, then it is known as anisogamy. But the structure of male gamete with that of female gamete is somehow similar, means both are pear sepate with an flagella, but one is smaller sepate, another is comparatively bigger sepate. And regarding the embryo formation takes place in in algae. No embryo formation takes place. An entire plant will be produced from the zygote. This is a very specific case in case of algae and fungi. And the last important point is the cellularity. In cellularity, where we get single-celled chlorella, chlamydomonas, and multicellular like fucus, ectocarpus, etc., different type of uh, algae. So the range of thallus is unicell to multicell, and as it is unicell, it will be very small inside, so it ranges from microscopic, and if it is a very bigger in size, then no requirement of using microscope. We can see it through our naked eye. So it is being termed as macroscopic. So in totality, the general characteristics we have to discuss: definition, habitat, vegetative body, reproduction, embryo development, and cellularity and size. In definition, we have to mention their nutritional pattern, photoautotrope. Then we have to indicate that there is no definite shape by means of root, stem, and leaf, and their sex organ and sex is unicellular, and if it is a multicellular, then every cell is able to make gametes. Habitat, preferably water, into form, attached form or free form. In attached form, then it is benthic. In free form, it is planktonic. In vegetative body, they have no differentiation of leaf, stem, and root. The root is being replaced with the unicellular rhizoid. Then leaf and stem is being termed as a thallus, and the thallus are mainly photosynthetic and reproductive in function. In reproduction, we get um, isogamy, anisogamy, and oogamy. And in embryo development, there is no embryo development from the zygote to uh, mature plant. There is no embryo development. So there is a step jump in case of algae and fungi. And in cellularity, unicellular as well as multicellular is there. Microscopic to large macroscopic size is there. So this is the alga 1 class.